I'm like a solid half-inch away.
You're like
You're
like a solid half inch.
A solid half-inch away.
Bro,
from the freaking Y, dude.
Freaking shakas, dude.
Shaka.
You're freaking huge. Half an inch, bro.
Girth.
Well, that was good talk. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Conversations Between. I'm your host, Colton, and this is my co-host,
Toila.
And in studio, our producer, Cedric, also known as Carter Prime. Before we get this episode going, there's a couple housekeeping things I want to address. Don't forget to check us out on the social medias. Links in the description. You can check out our new website. What is it? Then I found $5.com. Found5.com. Nailed it. I'm really good at this. It's like I bought the URL. And yeah, any other housekeeping things we need to address? Oh yeah, we have coming soon, hopefully, Alone, which I believe I teased on the last episode. Alone is a 3-part series about a man who wakes up in a world alone. That is our next audio drama on Stories Apart. Hopefully look to see that a little later in this month. We spent a whole lot of time yesterday recording it, and we got to spend a whole lot more time finishing it. But
what takes longer, writing or recording?
Writing. By far.
I
gotta remember it took 6 hours for us to record half of it, but I've been on that story for a couple months now.
Okay.
I wrote all 3 parts, which took a while, but the overall thing, I've sent it to editors. Right, gotcha. The whole overall process of writing takes longer. It's less exhausting. I was so tired last night because I yelled into that stupid box there for 6 hours.
Man, with that context, that would sound so funny.
Yeah,
I was pretty tired. I just yelled into a box for 6 hours.
Yeah, I was wearing a straitjacket. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the box, padded, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it is a padded box.
It is a padded box. Describe your job badly. I yell into a padded box.
Also, I had to keep my arms to myself so I didn't touch stuff and make extra noise. So my arms were restrained while I yelled into a padded box.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is why writers go crazy.
Oh, I think they already are.
Okay, I'll buy that for $1.
But
I'd even buy it for $5.
For $5. It's just after the holidays. Did you have lovely holidays, Tyler?
Many much good holidays.
You traveled a little, went back home to your wife's family.
Yep. Good times. Lots of snow.
Washington?
See.
Spanish. Yeah. Yeah, this is the first one back after a little bit of a break, so it's kind of weird.
I know. It's been many moons. At least 3 moons.
So 3 months? I don't think it's been that long.
No, not that long. I don't know how long it's been. I don't have a sense of time anymore.
Dude, it's all the same. Dude, I can't believe it's already 2022.
I know. I thought about it yesterday when I was like, oh yeah, it's 2022?
Dude, you have been in California for over a year now.
Yeah, I have.
That's weird.
It is weird. It's really weird.
I remember when you guys showed up and we were at my place and we froze to death and ordered 2 pizzas because the first one never got delivered.
Yeah, and then
they both showed up and we have way too much pizza.
Good times. That's when we learned that Round Table
takes forever.
Oh yeah, Round Table took forever and Domino's beat it.
Or vice versa.
Or was it vice versa? I think it was vice versa.
One of them took forever. We ordered the other one.
Yeah, one of you sponsor us, the other one go down a hole.
We ended up with so much.
I mean, at least we got to play darts and pool at the same time with a different floater on each team.
Have we talked about that?
No, I don't think so.
Before we dive into what I actually want to talk about, which is a movie I saw.
You saw a movie?
Yeah, I saw a movie.
Nice.
Yeah, why don't you describe that game?
Okay, so imagine you're playing pool, and you're playing with 3 people. So one person is the ringer, if you will, and bounces between each team. So say it was you and I, and Carter was the other one. You would go, then I would go, then Carter would go, then he would go, or no, we split it up. Shoot, I don't remember.
So it was because we were playing darts and pool at the same time. One person would be playing pool, the other would be doing the darts, and then you would switch, and Carter would play for whoever was on dart, would play the pool round for whoever was on darts.
But it wasn't the same person floating. I floated for darts.
Yeah. And I floated for pool.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were playing double the pool, or half the pool? I don't know. Double? I think you played double as the floater.
And then, yeah, we tied the points together or something.
Yeah, somehow. I think it was... I don't even remember how.
It was pool darts, parts.
Parts 1.
This is the most complicated game I've ever tried to play.
Yeah, because you'd be like, whose turn is it? What turn is it on the darts? It's your turn. I'm throwing. Okay.
Well, and the floater changed too, I think. Didn't we rotate who was floating for darts and pool as well?
I think at one point, yeah. Because we finished a game and then we moved the float.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I was doing really well on the darts, so I became the floater to help both sides.
Can you draw a picture of this for me? I'm confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was how Tyler celebrated his first day. Well, not really your first day.
It was the second day.
Second day, first New Year's in California.
Yeah. I did show up and had a fire alarm go off at 5 a.m. in a Motel 6 in the sketchiest part of town.
Motel 6s are great. Remember when I lived in a Motel 6 for 6 weeks in New Mexico?
That was wild.
And then there was that one night where there was this kid screaming no, you're killing me, you're killing me, no, you're killing me. So I got out of my thing and I went out of my room and I was like, I guess I gotta find out what's happening or I'm gonna feel guilty when I see on the news that somebody died. So I got in my room and there's this dude coming out of his room. He's like, oh, my son's just disabled. He doesn't want to be left alone. I gotta go run errands. It was midnight, so I don't know what he was doing. Gonna get drugs or something, who knows. He's like, he's not he's just disabled and he doesn't want me to leave. I was like, okay. He's like, here's my cell phone number in case he starts yelling again. So I'm like, well, I guess this guy probably wouldn't give me a cell phone number if he was a criminal.
I don't think he would have, yeah.
So,
or if you called that number, he'd just have you killed.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, man. I don't want to go into his apartment and die.
No.
So he left, and then I went down to the front desk, and I was like, yo, here's what happened. He gave me his number. It's really weird. If this kid died, I'm sorry. And then I went back to bed, and he never screamed again, and I never heard anything about it. So I guess it was fine.
So he either died and it wasn't caught, or it was fine.
Or it was fine. Yeah, I would feel really bad.
It was probably the former.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It was a weird situation. I don't really know what the right play was there. Because I don't want to call the police on some dude because his kid is disabled and he's having a rough go of it.
Yeah, that would be pretty rough.
And also didn't really feel like I had the right to be like, show me your child.
You're like, yeah, he's disabled. Prove it.
Prove it.
It's like, it's autism. How do I... Okay. Here's his medication.
Yeah, so I just gave his stuff to the front desk. I was like...
And they were also probably like, thanks for putting this on my plate.
Yeah, they were like, oh, great. Now,
sure.
Now we're culpable.
Oh, cool. Now I got to be an
accessory to negligence.
An accessory to this murder, negligent murder.
Yeah.
Accidental homicide.
So anyway, Motel 6s are great.
They are great. They're always in the best part of town. They do allow pets though. That's why we went there.
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe I lived in one for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's wild.
I couldn't find a place that I could afford on the salary I was getting paid there.
But yeah, because
they paid me like a nickel 50.
They're like, you can work here. Oh, sir, what is my salary? No, I said you could work here. Not we'd pay you and you could work here. I forgot, you didn't watch SpongeBob growing up, did you?
I've seen some SpongeBob.
Did you see the one about how when he starts, he said, when I first started here, I had to pay Mr. Krabs $100 an hour to work here. Patrick only had to pay 50.
Holy shit.
Yeah. To work there.
He had
to pay him money. And then he got a salary at some point, allegedly. I mean, SpongeBob is a homeowner, so he must have...
Yeah, or maybe inherited. Maybe he's
I don't know.
He's
His
a trust fund baby.
His parents lived in a different place.
So maybe he's a trust fund baby.
Based on their place, I would say no.
Maybe they were too.
His place is bigger than theirs.
Whoa. Maybe he's like secretly a drug dealer then.
Well, he did live in a pineapple, and his parents lived in a normal house, though. Like, it wasn't like the muffler, like,
but
downtown in SpongeBob. It was like a little, like, normal cottagey looking house.
Okay, but what is, like, in the lore of SpongeBob, what is actually better real estate?
I don't know. Sandy had a dome, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because she was like a science experiment.
Well,
I guess they all were, sort of.
I mean, Bikini Bottom,
Yeah,
where they dropped the first nuke.
Yeah.
Bikini Atolls.
Boom.
And then a house sponge grew a face.
Yeah.
And started. Nice. That guy died.
Yeah.
The voice actor SpongeBob. Also,
I thought the creator
actually,
died too.
I totally forgot. Here's the real thing. We do not live in 2022. We live in 1AB after Betty.
Oh, R.I.P. Betty White.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the year 1, actually.
The year 1.
1AB.
The year 1 of the death of our Lord and Savior.
Betty White.
Betty White.
What did AD actually stand for? It's like some Latin word. I don't remember what it...
Adios, dude.
Adios, dude.
It's BC before Christ and AD. Adios, dude.
Even though it started at the same time, there wasn't the gap of his life, so I don't know what it actually is tied to.
I don't remember.
And BC's like before
Well, so the Christians say it's before Christ, but the scientific is BCE, which is before Common Era.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they linked it to the Christian.
Well, the Christians, like, it came from like the Christian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, which was already tied to the birth and death of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And then historians just used that, and it became BCE, as I understand it. Some citation needed. Turns out I'm not a historian.
Oh, Carter, you got any news on that?
What is Carter? What does AD mean?
AD stands for Anno Domini, the year of our Lord.
Oh, okay. And then BCE is before Common Era, right?
And then, yeah, or before. Because it goes to the year he was born, not the year of death. That's why the after death is kind of like, even if like,
all right,
according to the calendar, it's
I'm
wrong.
getting the nod. Yes, BCE is before Common Era.
Okay.
So Addy Dominoes.
Added Dominoes.
And BCE before Common Era.
Before Common Era.
Common Era. What was it Melody was giving me shit for saying weird when I was at your house on New Year's Eve?
Oh. Crap.
What was it? It was football.
Football.
Because I say bow. I don't say
ball. We're going to football.
Which I never knew I did until she pointed it out.
That is true.
Yeah, I never knew I said football.
We're doing football.
Football.
What are you saying to me right now?
Y'all want to see some of that there football?
Y'all want football?
I wonder if everybody in Idaho says that then.
I mean, I think it's just the country Midwest, but it's not even Midwest because it's Idaho.
Yeah, which is more Northwest.
I don't know. Pretty much the middle of the country has kind of the same accent and varying levels of southernness.
Yeah, because Idaho isn't really southern so much as it's just bumpkin.
I thought you were going to say it's just dumb.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's his base.
It goes without saying.
Yeah, but...
Let's alienate our entire Idaho fan base.
Yeah, just the entire non-coast people.
Yeah, if you're not on the East Coast and West Coast, then you can fuck right off.
The irony is the population wise, like if you said that, you'd only eliminate like a fourth of people in America or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Which is still a decent audio listener base. So we're a story podcast now. We tell stories on the podcast. Turns out.
What?
I know, right? Like these fucking hours and hours of work we've put into producing stories wasn't self-evident. But I want to talk about one that we've all seen.
A story we've all seen.
Yeah. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Not a single way.
Not a single way home. What did you think? What were your thoughts? We haven't had a chance to discuss it in depth.
Would you like one word or two?
2. Yeah, let's go 2.
I just realized my 2 is just a dumber way to say the 1. I was gonna say, it's like I was thinking fantastic, and I was like, oh, 2. Really good.
Really good.
It was really good.
We can
2 words. Best Marvel.
Best Marvel. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a take. I actually think a lot of people probably would agree with you right now.
There's a lot of people, or a lot of like headlines on that are like best Marvel movie ever, best whatever.
Would you say best Marvel movie ever or best Marvel movie post-COVID?
I would say...
Because you're contending with like Infinity War and Endgame.
So...
Spill the tea, Tyler.
So here's the thing for you. I know you haven't watched Harry Potter.
No.
But imagine it in... Lord of the Rings is not a good example, but think of another movie. Maybe even Star Wars. Is the finale where you get all the payoffs better than a great episode within that franchise? Because Endgame wins on a lot of those counts because it's culmination of literally 15 years of movies. But Endgame itself, I don't think is a better movie than No Way Home. I think it's all the built up from the past because you're like, oh, that's from that thing and that's from that thing. And oh, we're finally finding out a thing that's been 8 years going. It's more satisfying because of everything. But if you go and watch it now individually, you'd be like, oh, Endgame is great. Don't get me wrong. But No Way Home is a better movie overall. But it doesn't have as much payoff because it's only Spider-Man and whatever. But you do get all the payoff from other films. So it has that level of...
A lot of nostalgia. Very nostalgia heavy.
Nostalgia heavy. Yeah. I did see an opinion on, do you think the movie would be as good if you didn't know about the other Spider-Mans? So for like young kids, like, are they like, oh, it's another Spider-Man? Because they've seen Into the Spider-Verse and they don't care who the other Peter Parker is. They're just like, oh, it's the older Peter and he knows that guy. Like for them, it's probably maybe as good. I don't know.
I guess it's probably too late now, but spoilers.
Oh, shoot. Spoilers.
If somehow you didn't know there were other Spider-Mans in it, you do know.
Also, I would hope we put it in the title if we're like, No Way Home. And just didn't put spoilers. And they're like, duh, you didn't say there was spoilers.
I think it is reliant on people having that nostalgia for the other Spider-Mans, though. I think that's part of what makes it so great for people is because we're getting reunited with all these old characters. I think if you hadn't seen any of the other Spider-Mans, some of which are not good films,
really just Spider-Man 3 is not great, and the Amazing Spider-Mans. I didn't watch the Amazing Spider-Mans.
Yeah, one of the entire characters' movie base is not great.
But his character in the movie was awesome.
Yeah, his character was good. The movies were not.
That's kind of where I'm like, I don't know if it wouldn't make it good because I didn't see the Amazing Spider-Mans and I was still like, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was awesome.
Yeah, I just think that like the fact that Willem Dafoe shows up, the reason you're so excited and it's so incredible is because you have this memory from watching Spider-Man forever ago. Otherwise, we don't care about that particular Green Goblin.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
And don't get me wrong, his performance is phenomenal because it's Willem friggin' Dafoe.
That's true.
But if you hadn't seen him, I feel like it wouldn't mean that much. Doc Ock showing up, you don't really care if you haven't seen that particular Doc Ock before.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think but that doesn't make it a bad movie.
No. Well, that's where, I guess, compared to Endgame, if you watch Endgame standalone, it would mean nothing to you.
It's absolutely true.
It would mean absolutely nothing.
I think
That's why, in many ways, I'm like, other than the original Iron Man, still potentially being the best Marvel movie ever because it literally is standalone.
I think Guardians for me.
Guardians.
Yeah.
Guardians is really good too.
I liked both Guardians. Thor Ragnarok was good, but it's not really a standalone. Cedric is voting for Thor Ragnarok.
I do like that one a lot too.
Yeah. Best Marvel movie. I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that. I would definitely say that it's the best one I've seen in quite a while.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like that's easily the best one. My only thing that I thought was weird, and I'd love your take on it, is each Spider-Man kind of gets to like face his villain, but it was weird that they gave the Green Goblin to Tom Holland and not Tobey Maguire. And then why didn't they bring back one of Tom Holland's villains from a different dimension? Like, why not bring Vulture back or something? Or because so much of his life was changed by Mysterio, why didn't they bring Mysterio in as his villain to fix?
Well, it was only that would be pulling from parallel, though, right?
There's got to be a parallel dimension with those villains, right?
Yeah, but then
it would just be more compelling to each. Like,
I don't know how you could swing that without breaking the, like the rules.
The rules of bringing people from parallel dimensions where they went and Captain America fought himself, and they got a Loki who was the same Loki from another dimension.
Yeah, but that was time travel. Time travel is like
and then he goes off into a different dimension.
In the series, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then he goes into
So they've already established that, though. That's a possible thing.
Yeah, but then they're different variants and you'd have to look different.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it would tell a more compelling story for him to face one of his own villains instead of someone else's. Instead, they tried to set it all up in the latter half of a movie, which felt forced.
I think it was fine because he's the one that killed Aunt May.
Okay, yeah. I just think it was weird. I think it would have been more interesting if Toby got to fix that.
Actually, here's why I don't think anyone cared about Vulture.
Well, it doesn't have to be Vulture though. I'm not saying it has to be Vulture.
The other Mysterio already just died. If you pulled him back, he was only Mysterio for like 10 seconds.
Right, but it's just interesting that each one of these other characters that they fixed had so much like emotional meaning to the lore and stuff. And then they set up and paid off Tom Holland's villain in one film, which felt really forced.
Wait, which one was his villain?
The Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think it was fine. I don't think you could have brought Mysterio back because he literally was a thing for like 10 seconds. I don't know when you would have pulled him from. Because the other ones, it was easy to say, like, you pulled him from when they found out he was Peter Parker. Mysterio found out Spider-Man was Peter Parker and then died, like, literally 2 days later.
Right.
So, like, how would he have been
They were all being pulled from right before they died, though. All the villains. That was the whole setup, is that they were literally about to die when they got pulled.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. But it was... Remember, the beginning of No Way Home is right after Mysterio. So Mysterio had died, like, 2 days prior.
I just think that they missed an opportunity to have a little more emotional impact, is all. And they did a good job with killing May. I was going to say,
I think the emotional impact is already there.
Yeah.
Because
it wasn't his villain.
Came in.
You know what I mean? It was Tobey Maguire's villain, not his. And that to me felt weird. I like the idea that they all got their own villain.
Yeah, the only thing with the Green Goblin was kind of perfect because May brought him in and was like, people need to be changed. And then he was the one that backstabbed and literally killed May.
Yeah.
So that, like, felt complete. Because Toby was already kind of in... He kind of already knew, right? Like, it wasn't like a surprise.
Yeah.
And then, like, he did get to fix him at the end. And then Toby got to stop.
Wouldn't it have been fucking awesome if he just fucking killed him, though?
Also...
That would have been dope.
You know what Toby did get to do to pay off his own villain? he got to save Green Goblin because he allowed him to get killed by his own glider jet, and he came in and saved him from his own glider jet.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. It's interesting.
He's the one that, because Peter was going to kill him, and he was like,
Yeah.
"It's not worth it. I killed the guy who killed Ben. Wasn't worth it." And then he literally got to go save the guy that he let die whenever he tried to kill him again.
Right.
And then he stabbed him in the back like a douche, like what he does.
Yeah, because he is the Green Goblin.
Also, I thought they were going to kill him for a second, and I was
That would have
be
been
really
cool.
mad.
Oh, I would have been so excited.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That would have been amazing. I love it when they subvert expectations like that.
But like, we knew they were going to leave. I was like, "That's brutal. You're just going to kill him and then send him back."
That would have been amazing.
He's like old now.
Just send a dead body back.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, I went to another dimension." Oh my gosh, Peter Parker died. What the heck, man?
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. Very different takes on it.
Oh, my phone is ringing.
I thought your phone was ringing.
Yeah, I got the phantom vibrations. You ever get that?
Yeah.
Where you're like,
That is literally like
a
clinically
phenomenon.
the same thing as a hallucination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
There actually was two notifications, so
Oh, okay.
it did literally vibrate for once, so that's good.
That is, we hallucinate all the time. I do it at work, which always freaks me out. I mean, given where I work. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, did you hear that announcement? And they're like, what announcement? You're like, no, I swear there was an announcement there.
Did you watched anything else recently?
No, what I did do though is I got Melody a script for one of our favorite TV shows, Psych.
Oh, okay.
And
I
we
like
watched
Psych.
that episode with the script,
Oh, interesting.
which was really cool. And we listened to the podcast from Lassiter and O'Hara. So
Okay.
I just forgot their name. Timothy Olmstead and shoot, I forgot what that girl's name is. Maggie Lawson. There it is. And they brought on James Roday, who plays Sean.
Oh, okay.
Also, James Roday Rodriguez. That's his full name. He's now bringing back Rodriguez because he wants to, because that's always been his name. He just never used it because of, like racism and whatnot.
Oh, interesting.
In the classic, I don't want to have Rodriguez because then it turns into they'll only cast one
Typecast him, yeah.
typecast, so they're only bring in one Hispanic person because they don't want to have multiple and all that type
Right.
of. So he didn't, because he doesn't like look Hispanic particularly. Because I don't think many people would have guessed that.
No, I thought he was just a...
No, yeah,
a white
he's. I think he's half
Okay.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
That's why in the episodes when he speaks Spanish, he almost does it like obnoxiously because he actually speaks Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But watching that with the script's really interesting because you like see where scenes moved or they got pushed across a break. You also see that James Roday basically the entire episode never says his lines exactly like they're written. But Maggie Lawson, Timothy Olmstead, the lady who plays Chief Vic, their lines are like literally word for word for like 90% of the episode. And James Roday switches like
So he improvs.
every single one. Yeah. And that he, like the way that he got brought in the show, he basically was brought, the creator like contacted with him and they were kind of like in cahoots. And it was basically like, yeah, I want you to be Sean and I want you to be off the cuff and like you should be unexpected. That's what Sean's supposed to be. So like improv all you want. Like that's what you're meant to be. So a lot of times in the show, whenever they look confused, it's because he's going off.
He is confusing them?
Yeah.
That's sort of interesting. That's such a, I don't know, unique way to tell a story.
Yeah. I mean, the script is pretty much the same, but it's always a little different. And then
Yeah.
there's total parts where you're literally like, yeah, this wasn't in the script at all. Like none of that was in the script.
That's cool.
But yeah, super
They're making
fun.
another movie, aren't they?
They just released one called This Is Gus.
Was it good?
It's good.
I haven't seen any of the movies.
The movies are all good.
What are they on?
I mean, they're all on Peacock.
Oh yeah, that super famous streaming platform everybody has.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely become the main four for like TV. There's Paramount Plus, Peacock, and then HBO.
Streaming is just cable again.
Oh yeah, I mean, 100%.
Sucks. It was supposed to be better.
You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Star Wars Plus. Oh, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Disney Plus takes
Oh,
the
I
other
did
ones
watch
and throws them down
Boba
the
Fett.
shaft.
The Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. Is that a movie or a show?
It's a show.
Okay. I'm so lost, dude. There's so much stuff right now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Just every time I see ads for stuff, I'm like, wow, when did that get made?
Have you seen any of the Marvel TV shows?
No.
They're all very, very good.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch them.
If you don't watch Loki, you'll be real confused.
I'm already real confused. That's just like my
okay.
state of being.
Okay. It goes into the whole parallel universes and how they work and stuff.
It's such a I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. And I'm sort of marveled out.
Marveled out?
A little bit.
But you liked Spider-Man? What the heck?
Because Spider-Man was to your point though. To your point, Spider-Man was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was a good movie on its own.
Yeah, it was great.
Irrespective of the multiverse. It just was a good movie.
All the TV shows have honestly been really good though.
Yeah, it's just there's so much to. It's so much.
I mean, they've only been
I only have
8 episodes.
I only have Netflix, so.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to get Disney Plus, and then I'd never cancel it because I'm too stupid to remember. And then it's another monthly thing.
At least it's not horribly expensive.
No, it's like $15 a month.
It's like $7.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
And you get every Disney movie ever.
Oh god.
You could watch Eddie's $1 Million Bake Off.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's a old Disney movie that came out when we were like 10.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the classic sport boy likes a thing that's not sport boy like. He liked cooking. So he has to choose between sport thing. Very different than High School Musical where sport boy has to pick between singing and sports.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a very different sport, a very different storyline.
It's my Disney film lore pretty much ends with VHS tapes.
What about Smart House?
Never saw it. I know the premise though. I've seen videos about it.
Smart House was hilarious.
Yeah, and it's sort of creepy too, because the kid is doing everything he can to have his dad never date someone else.
Yeah,
he's a very controlling child. He wants to be his dad's wife.
I guess. I mean, he wants the house to be his wife.
Yeah, it's sort of creepy. It's like a very controlling child.
I mean, that's why back in my day we just beat our kids.
Right. Yeah, no, we my Disney stuff pretty much ends at VHS tapes because we didn't get a DVD player till very, very late.
Most of those movies were the TV movies. Smart House was a TV movie.
Okay.
$80 Million.
Yeah, we didn't have TV.
They never got put on DVD. They were on TV.
We didn't have cable growing up.
I mean, you missed a lot. Sport Boy had to pick between cooking and sports.
Spoiler
alert.
Choice.
He got
cooking.
both.
Oh, we got both.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a twist.
Yeah.
Was he being forced into sports, or did he also want to do sports?
No, he also likes sports.
Oh.
But Classic got into cooking. Oh, you're good at this. You should be in our bake-off competition. Same day as Big Sport Championship.
Oh, it sucks how that always happens, dude.
Yeah, and then he managed to go to both, yeah.
I hated how, I'll be like, oh, I really want to play this game, but it's always exactly the same time as this life-changing event.
Yeah.
There's always 2 life-changing events that happen at the same time.
I know. It's always Saturday at 2 p.m.
Yeah. And I hate when I have to pick.
In March.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's just frustrating that, the universe arranged it that way.
Yeah. I really hope I don't become Sport Boy and then have to decide to go into art or some other non-Sport Boy thing.
Well, you could just pick the misunderstood boy path.
Better yet, can I be rural boy that falls in love with girl that comes from big city, or vice versa? Of course.
I don't know. I feel like Carter Prime's kind of filling that slot. Rural boy.
Rural boy means.
Yeah. Have you seen the ruler he carries around?
Yeah, good point.
Ruler. I hardly know her.
Yeah. Measurer, I hardly know her. Dang it.
Measurer, there's nothing there.
Oh.
Forever alone.
Weirdly, speaking of that, I was talking to one of my in-laws about Rage comics the other day, and the evolution of meme, and how that Rage comics lasted for like 2 years or something, and that was one of the Rage comics, was the Forever Alone one. With the... Man, I don't even know what art style you'd call that other than
bad.
Rage comic. Bad. I just call it bad. And how there were random pictures that got turned into it, like Yao Ming's face was just one of them. And it was like the not bad one, I think. I don't even remember anymore. Same thing with I think Freddie Mercury is one of the Rage comics. It's like this one. It's like a classic, I don't know what festival he did that at, or what show it was a part of, or whatever.
Hey,
but
Carter, pull up Freddie Mercury Rage comic. I want to see this.
Yeah, you're gonna go like, oh yeah, it's the celebratory Rage comic, and I'm pretty sure it's Freddie Mercury. Yeah, there you go.
Bro, Rage comics were so...
Yeah, right there.
Hell yeah.
That's Freddie Mercury.
It's not that bad, I guess.
No, but it was super weird. It was just random things that were Rage comic. Like, that's just a picture of Freddie Mercury that got put in a Rage comic.
Who made the original Rage comic?
I have no idea.
Like, I'd love to know. Like,
Carter, can you pull that up? Look at that accuracy in his typing.
4chan. The original Rage comic was a 4chan thing, huh?
That makes sense. Who was the Chan that tried to, like, take down the government or something? You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't it 4chan?
I think it was, right?
They, like, were leaking stuff or some shit like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Search, did 4chan try to take down the government?
And it's just like, no, but 8chan did.
Yeah.
22chan.
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 It's right over across the street from 21chan.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to jump over the street.
Yeah.
To get there, obviously.
Yeah. And 23chan's being built.
Yeah, that's where it's called Jumpman.
Yeah.
Jump Chan.
23chan. We're gonna tease it.
23 Jump Chan.
It gets teased at the end of 22chan.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing ever comes of it.
Exactly. As all good things do.
Yeah.
Like Amazing Spider-Man 3. That never happened.
But apparently almost did.
Also, Spider-Man 4 almost happened.
Almost happened. Apparently, like, I think parts of 4 were actually filmed.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened, other than probably Sony decided not to because of the negative on 3.
Yeah.
Even though, other than the very funny
Emo Spider-Man
scenes, it's not like a terrible movie by any means.
People were really mad with how they handled, like, Venom, though, I think.
Oh, I don't take much stock in
it.
I don't take much stock into people being like, it was not like the comics, because I don't care about their opinion.
All right.
I just don't. It's really hard to.
This just in, Tyler doesn't care about your opinion.
No, if you're crying about movie producers going different than a comic that literally just drags stories out for decades, too bad. I don't care.
Okay.
Why didn't they make him exactly like the symbiotic something blah 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 in the comic 182 that was... No one cares, okay?
They care.
Good. Go care somewhere else. Go care on 4chan.
22chan.
22chan.
Go chair on 22chan. I can't speak.
You know what they should go? Oh, I'm glad they made this into a movie so that other people can look at it. But if they'd missed some detail from a comic from 1967 that only you've read,
yeah,
that's too dang bad.
So I get, like, when people are upset that things don't match what they love, because we all want what we love to be represented in. I've never cared if movies are different than books, as long as the movie tells a good story.
Yeah,
when they take a really good source story and then they butcher it for whatever reason and it's not a good story anymore, that's when I get mad, because I'm like, you had the source material that was already a compelling story. Why didn't you use that?
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender movie is horrible, and they, for some reason, it's a a TV show where all the names are pronounced and they just pronounce them different in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's really weird. That's a really weird
That
choice.
screams of money grabbing.
Yeah. Like, that was really odd because you went from visual medium to visual medium, animated to live action, and you changed the rules and the pronunciation of the main character's name. That's pretty weird.
Also,
That's
it doesn't really.
odd.
I've never seen much of the actual show, but I've seen clips and stuff. It doesn't really seem like the type of story that would be well suited by live action.
It would only be good live action if I think they're actually doing it. Is if you had a big enough budget to make sure all the effects would go along with it. Yeah, it would be because I think it'd be fine. It would just you'd have to.
It's just there's rules like that you can break when you're telling a story with animation that you can't break in live action.
Yeah,
like perspectives and things like that are part of the storytelling. I just feel like stuff like that is not well suited for live action.
I used to think not, but the Marvel made comics do that. So I think they have the capability.
Oh yeah, I'm sure with the right art direction.
It's so hard on I don't know, just making it happen.
Yeah.
And just the movie of that was really bad.
Do you have any of those childhood comic or cartoons and stuff that you would like to see remade, redone?
Danny Phantom would be pretty cool live action.
What is Danny Phantom?
This is a Nickelodeon show. Kid, his parents were like ghost hunter people, and they made like a portal, and then he got in it and then became half ghost. So he could go into the ghost like realm or something like that. And then he was Danny Phantom.
Okay. Would you want to see it treated in more of an adult like horror type way?
It could be done in like how iZombie does it.
Okay.
Like iZombie's live action would fit it well.
Okay.
Because it's like lighthearted-ish, but it's still kind of dark and real.
Okay.
Like, I think that would be the good way to do it. It could be like crime solvey type of way.
So you know what I'm thinking they should really make?
What?
They should make a live action Lion King.
Oh, you mean like the one they did?
Yeah. And then they should do a live action Aladdin.
Dude, what they did a live action Beauty and the Beast?
And I think
that was the best one of those.
Maybe a live action Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. What if they kept the proportions the same?
Yeah. I think those would all be really well suited to live action remake.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever watch the Jackie Chan show as a kid where they like found the totems, I think? That would be if the creators of Shang-Chi did that, it'd be amazing. Because it's literally a show that Jackie Chan made, so all the choreography is very Jackie Chan.
You'd have to get Jackie Chan to do the choreography for the new show.
Yeah, that would be super cool. I'd watch that. It was basically like there were 12 I think they were totems, and it was like the Chinese New Year.
Okay.
So there's one for each Chinese New Year, like pig, rat, and all that. And they gave
What'd you call me?
Chicken. There,
okay.
nailed it.
Sweet.
Nailed it. First try. It gave, I can't remember if it was like dragons or if it was powers or how it worked exactly. But they were like scattered across a city or whatever, and they had to like get them back. And then it was just a Jackie Chan movie, but made into a TV show. And it was dope.
Okay. So a remake of that would be something you'd want to see?
Yeah, that would be, I think they could do a good job on that. Because I've seen Shang-Chi do that like really well. And a lot of it is very Shang-Chi, like the village in Shang-Chi. It's like a similar IP in my brain.
Okay.
It might not be, I might be misremembering, but like that's the type of world that it's kind of in. Like the magical, the totems give people powers, and then it's a lot of kung fu fighting. That's just Jackie Chan turned up to 11.
So basically what you're saying is we just need more Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get it.
I can get behind that. It's the greatest. He's the GOAT
He's the GOAT.
in that whole genre. Also, just like on screen, like martial arts stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue that he isn't one of the best.
Yeah.
Just for like visual storytelling in fights.
And just fun. He had like fight chase scenes.
Well, yeah, all of his choreography tells a very specific story in like a really, really interesting way.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's really fantastic.
Even
also, their fucking stunts were just absurdly dangerous, and
Yeah.
they actually did like 90% of them for real.
Oh yeah, you could tell too.
Yeah.
Like they like kick him off a building, and they would fall into like a pot of plants, and you're like,
and they actually kicked him off a building into a pot of plants.
yeah, and you were like, even as a kid, I was like, where's the mat there?
Yeah.
Like
Matt.
Other places you could figure out where the mat was. Like they fall into a roof and it's like suspiciously squishy, and you're like, oh, that's a painted mat.
Yeah, but even like the stuff that has mats, they're still falling so far that you know that hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like taking falls even on mats sucks.
Oh, 100%. But just not.
Just not, yeah.
Just not. And like swinging through scaffolding. Like that's what made this scene in Shang-Chi. You're like, this has Jackie Chan.
I watched a
written
thing where
all
it
over
was like a Jackie Chan. He's supposed to like jump off of a bus through a window, and he lost his mark when the bus was driving, so he jumped through the wrong window, and it was a glass window, not the breakaway window.
Ooh.
Like that type of shit's insane.
Oh, that would hurt so bad.
Yeah, just absurd stuff.
Oh. Cool, you want to go choreographer stunts?
So anyway, you said you used to make films as a kid. So Cedric, you want to be a stuntman?
I don't know who Cedric is. Carter?
Carter Prime? We're going to throw you off the roof.
Don't worry, the bushes will break your fall.
Shit, we killed him.
Speaking of a super random movie with a stunt, have you ever seen The Other Guys?
No.
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
No.
Spoiler alert. At the very beginning, I think it's Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock. Yeah. Are like these hotshot detectives that come in, and they chase down bad guys who jump off and I think parachute off this like 50-story building or something. And they go, all right, we'll go down, aim for the bushes, sweet knuckles, and then jump off a building and die. Like in the first scene. Like, they're like, aim for the bushes. And they jump off and don't hit the bushes and just die on the concrete.
Jesus Christ.
And then it's like title scene.
So it's one of those false starts?
Yeah. Like you think they're going to be around. Because you're like, oh, I get it. Because they come in and make fun of Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg like in the beginning. And then there's like a big scene with somebody. And then they jump off a building and die. Like
nice.
Immediately. Like immediately. And their quote is aim for the bushes.
The newest Suicide Squad movie, the one with John Cena, whatever that was called.
Oh, I've not.
Was it just called Suicide Squad?
I think so.
Whatever. That one actually has a very good false start.
Does it?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Is it like Deadpool 2?
What was the false start in Deadpool 2?
They have an extra hero and he gets blown up by a wood chipper.
Oh, it is like that. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I guess spoilers. Are you going to see it?
Probably not.
There's like, they set up this whole crew. It's the Suicide Squad. They're going to go out and do this thing. It's like 15 plus minutes of like setup, all this stuff. They go to land on this island. They go do the attack and every single one of them gets killed.
Beautiful.
And then it shifts over to the other part of the island where the actual group is. And that group was just a distraction.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good misdirect.
Yeah. So it was really good.
Where was it like a lot of the big name actors that died?
Yeah, it was like Flula and...
Oh, all them died that quick? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's good. I wondered, because he has like a role in it and they kind of like play him up and then he dies.
He's like on the poster and stuff.
Yeah, he's in the poster and stuff.
No, he straight up dies. I mean, there's still big name actors like John Cena's one of the main characters.
In the first Suicide Squad, they pseudo do that. And you know he's not going to be around because he's not on the poster. He's part of the crew. He's like the boomerang guy. and he dies super fast. And you're like, oh, cool. That's why he wasn't on the poster. Because when he's introduced, you're like, who's that guy? And then you're like, oh, I guess he's part of the team. And then he dies like 5 minutes later, and you're like, oh, that's why he wasn't promoted, because he dies almost immediately.
Yeah, I never saw the other Suicide Squad movies. I heard they were not good.
The first one was like a classic. It was just a Will Smith movie.
So not good.
Basically, I like Will Smith, but it was.
I like Will Smith too. I just don't think he has very many good movies.
It's true. It was like I don't know why there was anyone else there. He was the only one that had any sort of anything like plot development, moving the story along. Like he Hotshot did everything basically. Harley Quinn just gets ticked because Joker does something and then is just sort of there. Makes a Joker too.
Who is it that played Joker?
Oh crap! Guy who's 30 Seconds to Mars singer.
Yeah, and also who?
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
He started a cult.
Did he?
Yeah.
Classic.
Dude, Cedric, look up Jared Leto cult.
Nice. He looks like a cult leader.
He went fucking nuts though, like with that whole role and like doing weird shit.
Yeah. I heard he like mailed all his coworkers like dead animals or something.
Like body parts or something like that.
What's the verdict? Did he actually start a cult?
It's a joke.
It's a joke?
Is it a joke? Are we sure it's a joke? Or is he saying it's a joke? Because a cult leader would say it's a joke.
All right, let's see. Cult with 30 Seconds to Mars.
Did Jared Leto really start a cult with 30 Seconds to Mars? I mean, he does look...
I sort of want it to be real just because he's such a strange figure.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like that one cult that we found.
Oh god, the fucking alien seeded life on Earth cult.
Yeah.
Alright, according to KQED, Leto responded to reports that his band's fan base was a cult by styling himself after Jesus, naming the group the Echelon, and even holding summer retreats featuring fans wearing all white.
So he was playing into it.
His actions were likely tongue-in-cheek.
That feels like a playing into it to get more attention.
I still don't think I like that though.
No, it's still super crafty.
There's a hell of a fine line between playing into it and just doing it for real.
I mean, yeah. But I think in his mind, it was playing into it.
In his fans' mind, was he though?
Yeah. I mean, he has all the things. Summer retreats.
Weird clothes, strange, like, ethereal name.
Probably has
rabid following.
Yeah,
probably has some sweet drink at the end.
Alright, verdict is he was fucking around. But this is important. I'm gonna put my stamp on it. Do not approve.
Oh. Not a 30 Seconds to Mars fan?
No. No. I just don't like people crowding into our space. We're gonna start a cult, remember?
Oh, yeah.
A watermelon cult.
Is that what it's going to be around?
Remember that was one of our first episodes. We we roleplayed being in a watermelon cult.
Oh, yeah.
It was like lizard people under Mount Rainier.
Oh, yeah, that's a real cult.
Yeah, but you were like ripping off that. And...
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit from Psych. The cult on there is a group of people that sells produce. And then obviously the cult leader targeted all the like kids of bankers. And
I remember that episode.
Yeah. Good episode.
So anyway, our cult though.
Simple. We become a world famous production company and then we hold summer retreats. Boom! We did it. We did the Jared Leto approved.
We tell audio dramas and then turn them into TV shows. And we get famous as creators of television.
And then we hired Jared Leto
to be our Jesus figure.
Yeah.
And we'll call it. What do we call it? We'll call it Curb Stomped.
Call it The Chosen.
The Chosen.
Just rip off Smosh.
Smosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It always kind of fucking trips me out that like the Chosen is called Spencer Agnew, which is the name of the editor that they're all making fun of when they do that character.
I know. I didn't realize that till, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that's freaking brutal. Like, I mean, the character has gone way further, but clearly it was started by making fun of him.
He's like his on camera stuff is some of my favorite though. So clearly he's got the personality to be fine with it.
Oh yeah,
he memes into it.
It's super funny.
What a way to get your name
it's
out
like
there though.
Courtney freaking Miller.
Yeah. Bro,
I am you.
Smosh is killing it right now.
Yeah,
that's one of the few channels that like didn't just die from like the OG YouTube days.
Them and Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, which
ironically
they own Smosh now.
They own Smosh, yeah.
Yeah. Which what a fucking purchase now.
Oh,
it effectively like doubled their subscriber base, if not more.
Easily.
No, because they only have like 15 million, and Smosh has like 25 million subscribers.
Yeah, Smosh is still like a top 10 YouTube channel in terms of like subscribers and whatnot.
Yeah.
PewDiePie is now second to that Indian YouTube
whatever
channel.
It was called, the Content Farm Company.
Yeah. Rip.
I don't give a shit about PewDiePie,
but the memes.
I guess intellectually, I would like a sole creator to be better than some content farm somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit if PewDiePie has 10 million subscribers or 100 million.
How's he going to be on our podcast now?
That would be like an insane.
Be a good.
Imagine if we were like at this level and we got PewDiePie on.
That'd be an insane get.
That would be.
It would literally just need him to shout it out, and boom, there's a heck of a lot of listeners for at least the one.
They'll just show up and shit all over everything we do.
That's how some people start.
I mean, bad publicity or no publicity is bad publicity.
I mean, Lele Pons still gets gigs.
Oh, God, somehow.
And everyone hates her.
Yeah. But
so
outrage marketing is a real marketing strategy.
Yeah.
So, Cedric, I'm going to have to ask you to...
I don't know who Cedric is.
Whip your penis out in front of a middle school or something.
Okay, that...
But with your brand tattooed across your chest. With our brand.
Get on the bus.
Okay. That'll just be like a Tuesday for you, though, right? I don't know why I'm ripping on you all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was
after all his hard work and dedication.
Dude, Cedric is going to be the reason this company succeeds. I mean, Carter Prime.
Yeah, you've really got to... Man. Really just calling him the wrong name. Speaking of which, I saw an interview, speaking of outrage. I guess just outrage. There's a really horrible interview by... I want to say it's like CNBC or CSNBC with Russell Brand, where they're just being super douches, like literally getting his name wrong. And he does like a beautiful job of like being very like smart in the moment, where he like attacks them back, but not as like he's like, that action is a horrible action. Like, why would you do that? You know, like that's not good. Blah 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 blah, and like just perfect misdirect and
he's a clever fellow.
Yeah, just very clever. There's a YouTube channel called, I think it's like Charisma on Command or something, something like that talked about it. It's like dealing with difficult people, and they use that as an example.
Oh, interesting.
Of like all the different methods, because he uses them like perfectly. Like the one guy's talking at him as if he's not there, so he just like deflects attention. He just won't give him attention. It's like, cool, it's not using my name. Just don't acknowledge him, and watch how they'll start feeding to him because he takes the attention away from them, and they shift their focus almost immediately. It's like a very good example of like psychology and like how to use it.
Interesting.
And that's my tangent.
And that's your tangent.
Yeah.
It was a nice tangent. I like the way it looked.
Yeah, it was like 37 degrees.
I don't know why it had so many veins on it, though.
Wow. Got one thing on the mind.
Tangents.
Tangents, yeah.
All I can think about is tangents. What's our run time there, Carter Prime?
1 hour 7 minutes.
1 hour 7 minutes.
Dude, we've done this for 67 minutes.
67 minutes plus some talking before we started rolling.
What if there was a podcast where they only did hour and 9 minute segments so that every episode was 69 minutes?
That would be amazing.
We got 1 more minute left.
We go. It just cuts off in the middle of sentence.
Yeah, like they just always are like, "Okay, time now," and then they just had whatever, and then they always like, and that's what a flat line, 69 minutes every time.
And then I found $69.
Wow,
That's the name of the podcast.
I think you just have to call that podcast 69. That's it.
And you don't address. It's
and you never talk about it. Yeah,
it's completely family friendly. There's
Yeah,
no
100%.
explicit content whatsoever.
no, never. It's
Yeah.
like a kids channel. No, maybe not.
It's a kids channel called 69 because those are just numbers.
They are just numbers. It's
If it's weird, it's because you made it weird.
exactly.
You sick person.
Exactly.
Make me
We had
sick.
69 minutes. I actually think we had buffer before that though, so that won't be 69 minutes.
We did have buffer before that. I do think maybe we should wrap this up unless you got something insightful to add.
Let me drill up something insightful. His mind was blank. No, that was it.
All right,
My mind was blank.
As I said in the beginning, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on the social medias. Links in the description. And look out for Alone, our next produced audio drama coming later this month.
You'll never guess.
He's alone. There will be a teaser coming out at some point with a little more for everybody to get a hold of.
To tease you with?
To tease you with.
Did you say it's a sampler of sorts?
A sampler, like a charcuterie board with only one thing on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that just a piece of cheese on a board?
Cedric is just covering his face. He's so disappointed. I mean, Carter.
Would it just be a piece of meat? Because it's the meat.
This
Also, this is a vegan podcast.
is a vegan podcast brought to you by veganism.
Brought to you by Impossible Burger.
Impossible Whoppers.
Yeah. Impossible Burger.
All right. Bye.
Why are you still here? Quit listening. Go
And
do
we're
something
changing
with
the
your
name
life.
to Viscous Dribble.
Oh, yeah, we're changing our